Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, January the 21st, 2020. It is currently 8:43 a.m. Central Time. Well, we cover a wide range of topics here on the Theology Central podcast. Yesterday, we were talking about a new show on the Disney Channel called The Owl House. I told you about the American Family Association. They sent out an alert to parents calling for Christians to sign a petition to have the show canceled, to have it removed from the Disney Channel. I watched episode 1, gave you a mini review. So yesterday, the Disney Channel, the Owl House, a show with witches and demons and all these kinds of things. And how should a Christian respond to it? So that's what we were talking about yesterday. And this morning, well, we start with this. This morning, I opened my email inbox, and this is what I found. Did Jude quote from the book of Enoch? Did Jude quote from the book of Enoch? Now, that's an interesting question. Now, this is what I'm going to do this morning. I'm just going to pose that question for you, the listener. I'm going to let you start doing some work, all right? Now, the email they take the position that Jude did not quote from the book of Enoch, and no way, no shape, no form, no how. It's impossible. There's no way Jude would quote from that. There's no way that could happen. They give, I think, 4 reasons why it could not happen. But I'm going to give you the problem and let you start doing some research. And at some later time, I will try to come back and go through these 4 reasons and analyze each one. Now, the quote, Jude, it would be verses 14 and 15, Jude 1, 14 through 15. These would be the verses that people believe contain a quote from the book of Enoch. Let me read the verses to you. And Enoch also, the 7th from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Jude 1, 14 through 15. The argument is that within those verses, Jude is borrowing from the book of Enoch. He's quoting from the book of Enoch, and that the book of Enoch is the first book to reveal that supposed prophecy, and that Jude takes it and uses it in his statement here. And so there's 2 camps. Camp 1, absolutely not, would never happen. And they give 4 reasons. I think they have 1 good reason, and the other reasons I think are not very good. And in fact, I believe one of their reasons, they literally contradict how the New Testament quotes from the Old Testament, but we won't get into that right now. So there's camp number 1, no way. Camp number 2, yes, most likely Jude is quoting from the book of Enoch. But listen, view number 2, they say he may be quoting from the book of Enoch, but they do not argue that immediately proves the book of Enoch should be placed in the canon, or that all the contents of the book of Enoch is true. All they are saying is that this section, this little prophecy here in the book of Enoch, clearly, because Jude is writing under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, clearly God allows him to take from this, and clearly it contains truth because Jude uses it. But it does not state anything else about the trustworthiness or truthfulness of the rest of the book of Enoch. And now sometimes people will have a problem with that, but in the book of Acts, and I believe maybe Titus, I can't remember, there's another book, there's at least 2 times in the New Testament where Paul quotes from pagan writers. Well, he's not arguing that everything the pagan writers say is true, but he's using it for a specific purpose and a specific point. So those are the 2 camps. Jude is not quoting from the book of Enoch, never would do it, absolutely not. Anyone who claims it is wrong. Camp number 2, yes, Jude is quoting from the book of Enoch, but this doesn't necessarily mean the book of Enoch should be accepted in the canon or that everything in it is true. 2 camps. Here's your job. Start doing some research, all right? You can look up all the commentaries you want on Jude 1, 14 through 15, see what the commentaries say. And then this is what I would really challenge you to do. And I think this is the key. Look up the dates for the writing of the book of Jude. When was it written? All right. Look up as many sources as you can and see if there's agreement. then start looking for the dates for the writing of the book of Enoch. Is there any certainty to when the book was actually written? Because we have fragments shown up here. There were fragments found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And if my understanding is right, the fragments found in the Dead Sea Scrolls do not contain this prophecy that is supposedly referred to in the book of Jude. So the dating of the books are critical, because if the book of Enoch, if we cannot prove that the book of Enoch was written before the book of Jude, then there's no way Jude could have been quoting from it. Problem solved. So we need the dates for each book. Start doing research. You can email me at newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com, to let me know what you discover and what you find. And sometime today, we will go through these 4 reasons and analyze each one. So here's your question today. Did Jude quote from the book of Enoch? Yes, I'm going to give you something to work on. Yesterday, we're talking about a show on Disney. Now we're talking about a section of Jude 1, 14 through 15. Does it contain a prophecy that was first recorded in the book of Enoch? You may never even heard of the book of Enoch, but now you're going to get a little information. And as Christians, you need to know this, because if you're ever studying the book of Jude and you start reading commentaries, you're going to stumble upon this controversy. So let's get you trained and equipped in how to deal with this controversy now. And maybe you're listening to a sermon sometimes and the pastor just makes a passing comment. Hey, in Jude 1, 14 through 15, he's quoting from the book of Enoch. Let's press on. Well, wait a minute. Stop. Time out. What do you mean he's quoting from the book of Enoch? Are you telling me the book of Enoch is inspired? Are you telling me it belongs in the canon? What are you telling me? So these are things you need to be aware of and start dealing with now. All right, I'll stop right there. I wanted to at least just bring this question to everyone, and then we will talk about it again. So let me state the question again. Did Jude quote from the book of Enoch? That question was in my email inbox this morning. It's a good question. It's a one all Christians should consider, and all Christians should work to find an answer. And if you know me, I don't like you to be a passive listener where you just listen to my answers. I like you to be an active student where you're struggling to find the answers, because then the answers will stick with you much longer than just listening to me give you some answers. All right, we'll stop right there. I'm losing my voice already. Everyone have a great day. May God bless you as you try to find the answer to the question, did Jude quote from the book of Enoch? God bless.